everybody. Welcome to Amazing You podcast and YouTube channels, the channels where stories of resilience, triumph, and unwavering hope come to life. And I want to say a huge thank you to the viewers and the listeners who have supported the channels for the past 3 years. Please continue to do so. I really need you to subscribe, to share, and to like to increase the algorithms. So thank you, everyone. And for everybody who is new today, welcome to you and very happy to have you. So in each episode, everyone, we dive into the inspiring journey of individuals who have faced the toughest challenges heads on and emerge victorious. Our aim is to be a beacon of inspiration, offering a guiding light to those navigating through difficult times. And whether today you are dealing with health challenges, professional setbacks, or personal struggles, this is the channel dedicated to uplifting your spirit and showing you that even in the darkest moments, there is a path to hope and triumph. So join us as we share powerful stories that transcend adversity, reminding you that resilience is a force within us all. So be prepared, everyone, to be inspired and to find the strength to navigate life's challenges. I am your host. My name is Dr. Rani Thanacoody. I am a clinical hypnotherapist, Mars Venus life and relationship coach, tarot reader, astrologer, compassion practitioner, past life regression practitioner, and life force compassion practitioner. And today, I am very excited to introduce you to my very special guest. Her name is Laura Cross. She is the owner and founder of Wide Sense Self-Care Limited. And Laura is also the host of a TV show called Mindful Mondays with Laura Cross. Welcome to Amazing You, Laura.
Thank you, Rani. It's a pleasure being here. It's an honor. I appreciate it being here.
Thank you so much for taking your precious time to be here to talk to the audience. And I am very grateful to have you because I was on your TV show recently. So I'm very happy to have you here today because you've got so much experience that it's very important for the audience to get to know you and what you do, the wonderful things that you do. And looking at your bio, I was very impressed, Laura, because you were an Air Force veteran, and now you have your own business, and you are the host of a TV show. So tell us a bit more about that journey of leaving the Air Force to become a business owner.
Yeah. So thanks. I was never really intended to go in the Air Force. I was highly encouraged. My father was Air Force, but I was highly encouraged to go in, but I have no regrets. That's how I met my husband. And I actually separated from the Air Force because Desert Storm calmed down and my career field was over 100% manned. So I was offered an early out. And since my husband was also Air Force, I knew it was easier to move with just one instead of two. So always dabbled with different things, different side jobs or picking up jobs wherever we went because we were still busy bouncing all over between Germany, North Dakota, wherever they decided to send us until we got back to Colorado. But my husband did pass away at the age of 36 on December 21st of 2004. And that just stopped, pretty much stopped me almost dead in my tracks. And within 14 months after that, I had been to 4 hospitals, 3 funerals. I had had enough. So with the money that I had the opportunity to start looking more into doing something for myself and not having to answer to somebody, else for a job. So I actually did start in travel, and I am a certified travel agent. But when COVID came along and, it had scared everybody for traveling, and this was fast forwarding up to 2020, I realized the reason I wanted people to travel was because I wanted them to take better care of themselves. It doesn't matter if you're military, blue collar, white collar, entrepreneur, we get caught up in one rat race or another and we stop taking care of ourselves. So I launched White Sand Self Care. I still do travel, but I love the whole self care part, the holistic self care. And so from there, I grew into building judgment free communities to help support others. Because there's a lot of people struggling, but I think a lot of people are struggling in silence. And so I wanted people to have a platform where people felt free and safe to share their journeys and their challenges, how they got over them and how they help others. So people knew that they're not alone. And so that's kind of how I morphed that way. There's a lot of stuff in between, but yeah, that's basically my path of how I morphed to that.
Wow, what an incredible journey, Laura. And what you've experienced is a lot. You've experienced the loss of your husband. I am sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Then you had a lot of struggles along the way. How did you cope during those challenging times, Laura?
It took me a long time adjusting. And to be honest, initially, my late husband and I had 3 dogs. Those were our kids. And I had just had to put one to sleep, and my husband died 2 weeks later. So I still had 2 left. And in my mind, no one else could take care of them the way I did. So even though you might have had that dark moment or thought, it's like, no, I had my kids, kept me going. I had a great family support and stuff too, but it's still not the same because they're there and it's great to have that support, but there's a lot of adjustments and stuff you have to go through on your own, to figure out and get there. And, so yeah, different things. I went through all kinds of phases, between trying to overhelp. Besides being people pleaser, I was always a giver, but then I always kept giving because I didn't want to lose anybody else. So I went through that phase, then realized that wasn't the right way to do it either. It's been a progression over the years. So yeah, I always got told, a lot of people tell me that I'm such a strong person. And I guess in reality, I really am, because I have been through a lot. And it took me a lot of years to get a different perspective on it. I mean, had my husband not passed away, I would not be on the path that I am now. I would not have probably interacted with all of these, you and other wonderful people, because I'd still be working one job or another trying to make ends meet. I would have been still stuck in that rat race.
Yes, that is so true. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah. And what is for you, looking back at your journey, because it's a really powerful journey that you've been through, and it required a lot of courage, strength within to come out to do the things that you are doing now. And when you look back at that journey, what has been for you the greatest lesson that you've learned?
Well, for one, I was going to say, for one, I can do anything I set my mind to. I mean, I kind of always felt that way, but it just kind of proved it, because when people ask me, it's like, yeah, never would I thought I'd be doing interviews or having a show. You're looking at the person that never wanted to be called on to even read out loud in class, let alone give up and do a speech, because I'd black out and have everything shaking. And yeah, I never liked being up in front of people. But the more I got around the people, the more I found my tribe and my people, and it got comfortable. And, because I always used to want, figure, what do I have to say to tell anybody? And I think that's what a lot of people think. But I was always busy absorbing and learning others. But then I started realizing that people were actually learning things from me too, and it was helping them because they had similar challenges. And so it's been kind of a slow realization. Maybe some of it I wish I could have realized, maybe a little sooner, but that's okay. I got time. I get time.
Absolutely. We are always learning on that journey. It's never too late. Never too late, Laura.
Nope.
You're on the right track. Yes.
I always tell people it's just a number. I don't get hung up on ages. I'm like, it's just a number. I don't feel anywhere near my age. I don't use words like bucket list. If for me it's a live list, I'm like, I'm not looking to have one foot in the grave. I'm like, I just don't live that way.
Yes, and that's important, because if we all have dreams we want to achieve, and it's not about thinking that we are going to retire and stop. Life is about always growing and evolving. So it's about always have, if one dream doesn't happen, dream another dream. Like Louise Hay, she started her house at 60 years old. She started dancing in her 60s. So it's never too late. Yeah.
I started racing cars in my mid 40s. So,
Okay. Yes. Here it
who'd have
is.
thought, yeah, like I said, you can do anything. But the thing is what I found that's most important is when you're doing something that really lights you up and makes you happy. Because otherwise, when you're like, I got to get up, I got to do this, it's just making ends meet, but you're not truly being happy. And to me, that's no way to go through life.
Absolutely. Because these days, so many people are doing things they don't like, and that's not bringing joy to their soul. And we are here to do the things we love, and that is going to keep us alive, and that is going to keep us happy and joyful. So, yeah. And my other question to you, Laura, I love the title of your business, White Sands Self Care.
Uh-huh.
It's a really great title. And related to your title, what's your favorite self-care ritual that keep you grounded, especially when the days are not always easy, when the days are tougher?
Well, even though the name is White Sands, and my mom did help me with that because I am still White Sands Premier Travel. That's where it came from, and I just kept the White Sands.
Right.
It's because they had enjoyed the white sand beaches at St. Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because of White Sands, New Mexico, but I also love the Caribbean and the beach and the dolphins. Do I live on a coastal state? No, I am in the middle of the U.S., so I am not near them. But I love nature and everything out there. When it comes to water, I love being on the water with boats, watching for dolphins and anything else. Here at home, I have my trees. Anytime I start to get either stressed or I just feel like I need a break, I stop, I take the pup, and we go out and we go walk around the property because I feed the squirrels, I feed the birds, I feed the deer. And I love watching all the different, we're going to have the Orioles coming in soon. I've got cardinals everywhere. There's just so much to just enjoy and see going around. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite ones is just going out there and just being outside.
I think that's a beautiful one, and that's really important of connecting with Mother Earth, connecting with nature. And that gives us so much joy, so much happiness. It's like we are refueling ourselves with the energy of the nature, which is so powerful, so beautiful. Yeah, I do that too. I go for a walk for an hour, Laura, and when I come, I am fresh, rejuvenated, and ready to keep going the rest of my afternoon. Yes.
Yeah.
So if anybody does not have a self-care routine, search for one, because that keeps you grounded, that keeps you like keep your brain a bit more, give your brain more space to think, instead of feeling overwhelmed and anxious. So it keeps you grounded. So going in nature is the one of the best way to start to heal yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. And when I do that, I make sure the phone stays inside because I'm like, they can do,
Yes.
whoever it is can do without me for a little bit, whether it's 10, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever. I'll check it when I get back. But other than that, that's just my time.
I love that you say that as well,
Yeah.
that you disconnected from your phone for an hour. I do that as well. And one person told me, don't you bring your phone? I say, no, I need that time for myself. I don't need to have that 5G magnetic field around me, which is not good for the body. It's like really letting my body heal. And
Yeah.
I love that you say that, because nowadays people are so connected to their mobile, they can't even breathe without it almost. Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I do is if there's like some kind of possible family emergency or something
Yes.
serious going on where I know someone may be trying to call me, then I'll keep it on me. Other than that, but even still, well, it would have to be pretty serious for me to leave it turned on at night. Otherwise, my phone is silenced because I work with people all over the world, and their daytime is my middle, my middle of the
Okay.
night, and it's like I'll answer when I get up, but not doing it now. And
Yeah,
so,
thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that you really take that me time, really connect with yourself, with nature. Yes, and
yeah.
I very much appreciate you sharing that to the audience. And my next question to you, Laura, is you've got a great show that I've been on. I'm very grateful and honored to be on Mindful Mondays with Laura Cross. So tell us, how did that show start? And what has been the most memorable episode for you?
Oh, well, all of them have their different bits and pieces. I love all of them. Yeah, again, not something I ever thought I would do. It started because I have White Sands Self-Care Community on Facebook, and I created it for resources, education, connection, and collaboration for people. But to me, there was just something lacking with social media and on all the platforms, which is seeing a person's profile and this is what I do. Hey, connect with me. Because I think when people can meet you, hear from you, hear what you've gone through, how you got over it, how you can help others, that they can resonate more with you. So I started out with just doing little interviews, with people. And I have a different YouTube channel for that, for some of those interviews. And so people were loving it. They said, "Oh, I want to be on your podcast." I'm like, "It's just an interview. It's not a podcast." And then I had the lady that was the head of, at the time, it was Achieve TV Network. It's now Arion TV Network. But she asked me, she said, "Do you ever think about having a TV show?" I'm like, no, kind of sounded cool. And since I had just lost my father, it was a little too much for me at the time. But within a couple months later, one of my other friends said, "Hey, I got something to run by you. What about a TV show?" I'm like, "Oh, you talked to Julianne." I'm like, I know who you talked to. So, we figured, yeah, why not? If we could split a channel, because 1 hour a week was, overwhelming enough, because I knew I was going to have load, now I have to worry about I have to have somebody lined up to go on this show. It can't just be whenever someone wants to connect with me. There was platforms to learn and things to do. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can't do 1 hours a week. That was way too overwhelming. So we did the 1 hour. So we shared a channel. And then the more we got going, the more we got comfortable. It was like, okay, now I've launched into my entirely own channel. So now Mindful Mondays with Laura Cross is its own channel as of April 1st. So, yeah, it's really come a long way. And if anyone watches the first episodes, yeah, I'm not going to apologize. You can just grow along with me. But when I got to the point where I could say I am perfectly imperfect, you either resonate with me or not, all those shows went a lot easier. There was a lot of things I had to ditch and get rid of, but I always tell people, in the name of my own self-care and sanity, I do pre-record them. I'm not going to go live and have the stress of someone not being able to show up or power going down. But no, there's been all kinds of fun ones. I love a lot of them. One I know it was just kind of funny was Erica Buchholz. Dr. Erica, helps people cure things by laughter, and to have somebody that could just, just start laughing and then make it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not used to that, but it was a fun episode to do. I've loved all my guests; that they've all been, unique or different in a way, and I think it helped themselves along the way, because I had someone, they're like, "What am I going to say for an hour?" Because it's 56 minutes long, and I'm like, we've already been talking for 30, 40 minutes. You'd be amazed how fast 56 minutes goes. So, yeah, I love it. I've had some people come on a second time, and there's a lot of them, a lot of them, I'd love to have them on a second time. We can go through other topics and stuff as well. But I also try to take a lot of pride in not ever having to run a rerun. But if a family emergency comes up, I will rerun, an episode rather than not have something up there. But I always love different people, different perspectives, and doesn't matter. Like I said, everything for me is a collaboration. Nothing's a competition. So it's been a lot of fun,
Yeah,
and I enjoy
thank you
it.
so much. And it's great that you shared about that guest speaker that you had who talk about having fun, joy, laughing, because
Yeah.
that's so important. We take life so seriously very often, and we forget that it's about having fun along the way. Yeah.
I promise you, I learned something new from at least every guest. Like, I didn't even know what yoga was. I had another one that talked about, quantum linguistics.
Mm.
Okay, I knew quantum energy and stuff. I never heard of quantum linguistics. So I was like, okay, well, let's expand on that, because that's a new one for me. But so, yeah, I just love all of the knowledge and the things that people bring to it.
That is so true. I am learning so much from every guest as well that I have on the podcast and YouTube channel. It's the best time of my day. When I know I'm going to speak to a guest, I'm always learning something new, listening to a great story, to an incredible story, and meeting wonderful people along the way. And I
Yeah.
want to say congratulations to you for being the host of your TV show now, which is a big achievement and a lot of work. I know the work behind this,
Hmm.
and I appreciate that. I appreciate what you are doing. And
Thank you.
my other question to you, Laura, I know you've read many books in your life. Can you share with us a few books that have impacted you the most? And can you tell us why?
Well, one of the ones that I did start reading a lot of them, and again, you're talking to somebody that never liked to read. But the more people I learn, the more people I know. I have so many books now signed, and I feel like it's like I can hear their voice, when I read them. One of them was the Success Principles by Jack Canfield, and so I liked his books. And I will tell you, principle number one: you take 100% ownership of whatever happened. We are always too quick to say, "Oh, well, if this one and that, someone." There's something in there that you did that invited the situation. So it's like, stop putting it on everybody else and take 100% ownership. And that was kind of like a new perspective. That was one of my first books when I started getting more into business. And I'm not done reading the series, but one of my friends and stuff, Janine Bolin, has a series of books of seeking the divine, finding the divine, and all of that. And it's been her experiences and stuff of what she said. I have actually had her on as a guest on my show as well. But just to hear what other people experienced and the possibilities, that are out there. She has all the different clairs. It's the intuitive side. I've been learning more and more about the intuitive side, powers and energies and stuff. So yeah, I love reading those, and it kind of helps put everything into perspective stuff, because it's not what I grew up around, or it was foreign for me until I've started meeting people the last few years. And it's like, okay, now it makes you wonder. It's like, all right, that makes sense for something that happened maybe when I was younger, but I just never knew. So, but yeah, there's many of them. And of course, she recommended the Four Agreements. And the other one I like is Eckhart Tolle's the
The
Now,
power of
it's
now?
Power of Now. And
Yeah.
I've read both the New Earth and the
Ooh.
I've read both of them, and it is so true, because we can't change the past. We need to leave it there, or acknowledge it, release it, let it go, but be in now. Can't get all worked up about stuff that hasn't come because it's not here yet. So that was really helpful too when I was reading that one, because it's very easy to get us lost in and spiral in one way or the other, but it's not the now. If you can be now and you can be present, that's a whole different way to look at things.
Wow, that's very well said and beautifully said, Laura. And I like the both sentences that you shared, both books. One is take ownership, which is so important.
Mm-hmm.
We have learned, we have been conditioned to blame others for the mistake that happened to us, but never to take responsibility for anything. So I think taking ownership of our own life is very important, and stopping blaming others and looking within ourselves what we can change, how, and not waiting for the world to change, but for us to change first, then the world will change. And
Right.
that's so, so important. Thank you so much for that reminder. And the other one, you talk about the power of now. I went to a last year. I went to see the talk by Eckhart Tolle, and he talked about the power of now, and that is really very, very important too, because we live in the past. That's when we get depression and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Depression, and when we live in the future, we get anxious, but we are never really living in the present moment.
Right. Yeah.
So the being in the present is so important, because that's where we create our past and our future. So that's why it's so important to enjoy every moment of every day. Yeah, thank you so much for that, for those two
And it makes
reminders.
sense because if anybody's ever experienced it, I mean, even when I was younger, how many times did I run conversations because I don't like conflicts through my head? Those words never came out. The situation was never as bad as I ever made it to, but I had it all, I had it all worked up in my head. So yeah.
Yeah, it all comes down to a shift in our mindset, to,
Mhm.
to shifting our mindset from an outside, but more from within, and knowing that we can change things. We don't need to follow what everybody is doing. It is
Nope.
our life, and we are powerful beings here to create our own journey, our own story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my last question to you, we are coming really towards the end. Time flies. Like yours was 15 minutes, it was short. Mine is even shorter. So, my last question, Laura, how can people stay updated and get in touch with you?
They can connect with me on Facebook. I welcome everybody to join my White Sand Self Care Community Group on Facebook. Let people know who you are and what you can do so we can have even more resources. Or you can follow me on the YouTube channel. You can just put at Mindful Mondays with Laura Cross. Like you said, click subscribe. That always helps the algorithms. I always believe we can do more together than we can by ourselves. So yeah, message me or you can through my website, White Sand Self Care. You can message me through there as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura, for sharing your links. It will appear below and everybody can reach out to you. And thank you for taking the time to share your part of your journey with us and your precious time. I wish you a lot of success with the TV show, with everything that you do. And I would like to ask you, do you have any final words you want to share to the audience today?
Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you for having me. If anything I have learned, I think it's important to take that quiet time, that few minutes by yourself, shut everybody out, and go within yourself and figure out what really lights you up. Because if it really lights you up, then that's what you were meant to do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to the audience for watching, sharing, and subscribing. And remember that you are amazing. You have always been amazing, and you always will be amazing. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye bye.